What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Voss Talks, and today we're going to be exposing the Instagram algorithm, how the Instagram algorithm actually works. And some of you might be like, who the hell is this guy? How does he know what the algorithm is? I actually own a social media marketing agency called Vasplode Media, and we actually need to be testing the algorithm all the time to make sure we know what gets results and what doesn't for our clients. So yeah, that's how I know about the algorithm. So if you're interested in learning exactly how the Instagram algorithm works, continue watching, roll that intro. Alright guys, so like always, if you guys are new to the channel, we always do a question of the day, and if you, by the way, aren't subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button and, you know, hit the bell too. Hit the bell. You can't just subscribe and not hit the bell. But alright, that aside, we'll get to the other stuff later. That aside, today, right here, the question of the day is, what do you already know about the Instagram algorithm? So out of all the things you might know about it, go in the comments below and let me know one thing that you know about the Instagram algorithm. And if you know like nothing about the Instagram algorithm, then all right, this is what we'll do. Go into the comments below and just let me know like what is like the max amount of comments that you've ever gotten. Forgot to put the mic on, so it should now sound better. All right, now it should sound better, so sorry about that. So yeah, question of the day, make sure you go answer, what do you know about the algorithm, or what is the most amount of likes you've ever gotten on an Instagram post? Go let me know in the comments below. I love seeing you guys active in the comments, but let's get into what you're here for. You're here to learn about how the Instagram algorithm actually works. All right, so when you post on Instagram, the Instagram algorithm actually decides to just show your post to about maybe like 10 to 20% of the people who are following you. And then it decides if it's going to continue showing it to more of the people who follow you, depending on if those first people that it showed it to, if they liked and commented and, you know, engaged with that content. And if they engage on it, if they like it, they comment, or if they share it with their friends, or even if they save it, it sees that as, oh, okay, people are enjoying the content, so let's show it to more people. So that if you know, it does well in the first like test of your post, then it'll show it to the next percentage of people, and then the next percentage of people, until eventually it either your post stops growing or stops gaining traction, or it's ready for the explore page. And we'll talk about the explore page and the top posts and hashtags and location as well in this video. And you might be asking, what the hell is the explore page? What is an explore page? So what is the explore page? It's actually this right here. It's this page, and it's a great way for you or anyone trying to grow on Instagram to be found by new people that are interested in whatever you're talking about. So if you're talking about health, then the people who see you on the explore page, they're interested in health, so the Instagram algorithm shows them a bunch of posts related to what they're already interested in, which is in this case health. And for the explore page, in order to show up on the explore page, and this is also relevant for the location page, the top post for location, there are two things that the Instagram algorithm takes into account in order to decide who gets shown at the top posts or in the top post of the explore page. So number one, how recent is the photo? So if the top posts on the, let's say, location page is from like 5 years ago and you post today, it's gonna be pretty easy for you to get to the top post. But let's say someone posted like a day ago, and you know everybody up there is from a day ago, and you just post, it's gonna be a little bit harder, but you are gonna have an advantage until your post gets to about a day old. So if it performs well in the first day, it has a very good chance of being shown on the location top post. But for the explore page, the explore page only really, your post will only be in the algorithm for the explore page for at max 5 days. And what decides if you're gonna be shown on the explore page is, again, one, how recently you've posted, but two, it's how much engagement you got from your actual following. So, you know, if your post got shown in that first initial group of followers and everyone liked it, then that's perfect. Then you'll do great on the explore page. But if you post and you know you don't get too much traction right away, the Instagram algorithm thinks, oh, okay, well, people aren't interested in this post. If people who are following him aren't interested in this post, then why would anyone who's not following him? He's not getting the explore page, she's not getting the explore page today, maybe tomorrow. So again, for the explore page and the top post for locations, the two things that are very important that the Instagram algorithm takes into account is, one, how recent the post is, and number two, how much engagement it got in the first day. And that leads us into the top posts for hashtags. So how do you get your post to be featured in the top posts for any hashtags that you use on Instagram? So for this one, there's 3 things that the Instagram algorithm takes into account before it shows your post onto that hashtag, even on that hashtag's recent posts, let alone the top posts. But our goal here is to be shown on the top posts because that's where the Instagram algorithm shows anyone who's searching those terms or those hashtags. It shows the most relevant content that they're most likely to, enjoy, engage with, and, follow along with. So it puts that content at the top. That's why it's called the top post, So number 1, what you need to do in order to show up for the top of hashtags is you need to be using hashtags that are relevant to whatever you're talking about. So if you take a picture of a cup of coffee and then you tag hashtag travel, that has nothing to do with the coffee, and the Instagram algorithm can actually notice, all right, well, there probably isn't any travel related to this picture. And it also takes into account if you've used relevant hashtags that are similar to the hashtag they're trying to show up for, if you've used similar hashtags on your previous posts that you've made recently. So if you've recently been posting all about cars and then randomly you start switching it up and you're like, all right, I'm gonna start targeting the health niche, then if you're using a bunch of hashtags about cars, then you switch over to health, you're not gonna see good traction on the hashtag top post page because it thinks, okay, well, it's usually posting about cars, so this account is now posting about health stuff. I don't know if this is actually health stuff, so I'm not sure if people who are searching this health term, I don't know if they're actually gonna enjoy this content, so we're not gonna show it to them. You're not getting the top post. Maybe tomorrow, bud. So that's number 1, you gotta use relevant hashtags, and yeah, you can't be switching niches either. Switching niches is bad. But number 2, how recently was it posted? If it's posted today, it has a great chance to show at the top of the hashtag, but if you post it and it doesn't show up within the first day or 2, it's probably not going to show up for that hashtag, and it's completely fine. You get 30 hashtags per post, you get 30 chances, and however many times you want to post, every time you make a post, you get another chance. So just because you don't make it onto the top post page, your first few times, just keep trying, and I guarantee that you're going to be able to do it. It just takes a little bit of time and maybe just using the right practices, which you can learn by, subscribing, smashing that bell below. Learning how to grow your Instagram. So that was number 2. When was your post posted? The more recent posts, they have more power in the algorithm. So let's move on to number 3, which is how much engagement you got. And this is the same as when we were talking about the explore page and the top posts for location. You need to have a good engagement rate from your following, the people who are actually following you, in order to be shown on the top post of those hashtags. All right, so I actually just got a question on my Instagram today, and it was let me see what it was actually. Let me read it word for word. I got it written down right here. It is, how does the Instagram algorithm choose who to suggest your page to? Okay, great question, Allison. I'm very thankful that you asked that. And before I get into that, if you guys are enjoying this video, make sure that you screenshot this and you post it on your Instagram story and just be like, yo, I'm learning. So right here, post it. And if you tag me in it, I will repost it. But if you screenshot this, you tag me, and then post it in your stories, I will also reshare that and I'll tag you in my story. So make sure you screenshot it, show the love, I'll return the love. So let's get into answering that question. So what she means by suggesting your profile to others. So when you follow someone, I'll actually put it right here on the screen, let me scooch over. So when you follow someone, it actually shows a list of suggested users that you might be interested in following. So she's asking, how do you show up right there? Which is a great place to show up if you're trying to get followers that are interested in whatever you're talking about. All right, so let's say person number 1 goes and likes person number 2's profile. They like their content, they follow them, whatever, they engage with them in some way. Then that same person that went and followed that person comes over to your profile and likes your content, follows you. So person number 1 was the one doing all of that engagement. Person number 2 was just, a person that had content similar to yours. And then person number 1 liked person number 2's content, then came over to your profile and also liked your content. So what does that tell the Instagram algorithm? The Instagram algorithm then sees, okay, then whoever goes to person number 2's profile, they probably will also be interested in my profile because that person number 1, went to person number 2, liked that content, and then came over to my profile. So it tells the Instagram algorithm that person number 1 was also interested in my content along with person number 2's, so my content is very similar to person number 2's. So I hope I explained that well, but that's basically what you need to be doing. You need to get people to come and engage with your content, basically. So that's basically the goal here. You just need to get people to come and engage with your content, and the more followers that you have in common with someone, it increases the chances of you getting shown on that suggested user page. So if I'm trying to get featured on someone else's suggested users feed, I'm probably gonna go to their profile and see how many people we have in common. The more followers that you have in common, the more likely that you're gonna actually show up for their suggested users feed. And when I can't even stress this enough, collaborations are huge. They're huge. Not only do you get that instant, whatever work you're doing, like then that week you get like that big exposure boost that week because you're working with another influencer, but then let's say some of their followers come and follow you, some of your followers go and follow them. Now you guys, whenever somebody follows you, that other person that you collaborated with is now gonna be shown in your suggested user, and you're gonna be shown in their suggested user feed, and that lasts for months, even years. So that's why I always stress really engaging with people and forming relationships with other influencers that are trying to grow on Instagram, that are in the same niche as you, because when you do this, not only is it getting you that first initial boost of followers, but you're also going to be getting this suggested user feature for months, years. All right, so that's pretty much it for this video. I'm gonna wrap it up. So if you enjoyed this video and you wanna see more like it, make sure you smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe. I know I already told you guys to subscribe, but make sure you go below, you smash that subscribe button, and make sure you hit that bell, because if you subscribe and you don't hit the bell, you may not be shown my content like you would like to. So in order to make sure that you see all of my videos in the future, make sure you smash that bell after smashing the subscribe button, and what that will do, it'll actually notify you every time I release a new video. So yeah, make sure you like, you comment. Oh yeah, question of the day, what was it? What do you know about the Instagram algorithm already? Go let me know if you haven't already, and if you don't know anything, what is the most amount of likes you've ever gotten on Instagram? Let's just start a conversation in the comments, so let me know what you guys have to say. All right, I appreciate you guys watching until the end. With that being said, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.